& Co. This foldable is designed as an historical thinking exercise on the topic of why did it take so long for women to gain freedom. Students will be asked to analyze the documents to answer the questions. All the images were from the Library of Congress and the National Archives. On the first page, students will examine the Declaration of Independence and look at the picture of the Declaration of Sentiments, but will have access to the Declaration of Sentiments. Students will be asked how the concept of freedom changed over time. They will determine if the Declaration of Independence is a compromise or hypocrisy of freedom, and if the list of grievances in the Declaration of Sentiments are still relevant today. Students will examine the arguments of the anti-suffragettes on page 2. They will explain the social and political reasons against female suffrage. Students will also write a response by a suffragette to the arguments. Students will analyze 2 contrasting political cartoons on page 3. They will be asked what the images tell you about how freedom began to expand to women in some parts of the country. The students will also create a sketch or a political cartoon that they believe would have been effective during the women's movement. On page 4, students will explain the contradiction of the freedom illustrated in the Kaiser Wilson poster. They will also analyze the list of grievances listed in the Equal Rights Amendment poster. They will compare the grievances, similarities, and differences with the Declaration of Sentiments. Students will also judge if the struggle of freedom for women still continues today. The end.